Hi, my name is Kaltrina. I'm a PhD candidate at the Southeast Europe University in the Tetovo, North Macedonia. So here is my presentation about examining the relationship between business model innovation and corporate sustainability, insights from a literature review. This includes business model innovation, the concept of business model and the transition to a business model innovation, corporate sustainability, the definition of the concept of sustainability, specifically the concept of corporate sustainability, then the Sustainable Development Goals, an overview of the Sustainable Development Goals and their targets, then the business model canvas, the explanation of the 9 elements of business model canvas. Regarding the presentation outline, this includes introduction, which has the research gaps, questions, and objectives. Then the literature review, definitions of business model innovation and corporate sustainability, the methodology used by different authors, techniques, and models. Then conclusion of the presentation, and at the end will be provided the limitations and areas for further research. Limitations to be addressed by further research in this scope. Regarding the introduction, this includes the research gaps that have been derived and analyzed from the previous research and are addressed in the study. Research questions raised by this study are aimed to be answered by the results. Then the research objectives. The study contained 10 research objectives to be reached by this presentation. So regarding the research gaps and regarding the previous researches are derived different research gaps that are addressed in this study. For example, Patterson et al. 2018, the study was conducted only in the fashion industry. More variables to be included in the research, as well as in the depth analysis of the business model innovation, is the suggestions that have been derived from this research. Then the similar study conducted by Pieroni et al. 2019 about the sustainable business model is a new concept and not enough investigated. Further research is needed in this regard. This is the suggestions that have been derived from the study. Regarding another study from Caravanes et al. 2014, the transition from business model innovation to sustainable business model innovation should be investigated more by providing the findings of different authors. This is the suggestion that has been derived from this research. Then there are also the other studies that are conducted in this regard, and they highlighted different gaps that are addressed in the study. For instance, Evans et al. 2019, the impact of sustainability in the elements of business model canvas is a topic that they suggested to be addressed in future research. Then the study by Cousins and Rossetti 2019, they studied the relationship between business model innovation and sustainability, but for further research suggested exploring more papers in this regard with a focus on methodology. Regarding the research questions that are aimed to be answered by this research are provided below. The question 1 addresses which elements of the business model canvas, value proposition, customer segments, key resources, key activities, key partnerships, customer relationships, channels, cost structure, revenue stream, which are the elements of business model canvas, have an impact on corporate sustainability. The second question is, what is the effect of an innovative business model on corporate sustainability? And the last question is, what is the effect of business model goals on the sustainable goals on business? Regarding the research objectives, the objectives taken into account in this research are the objective 1, to analyze the elements of business model innovation in the enterprises of Kosovo and North Macedonia and the impact of these elements on corporate sustainability in 9 perspectives. The objective 1A, the impact of innovative value proposition on corporate sustainability. The objective 1B, the role of innovative customer segments on corporate sustainability. The objective 1C, the effect of innovative key resources on corporate sustainability. The objective of 1D, the consequence of innovative key activities on corporate sustainability. The next objective, which is 1E, is analyzing the relationship between the business partnerships with corporate sustainability. Then the objective 1F is the analysis of innovative customer relationships and its impact on corporate sustainability. The next objective is 1G, which is investigating the impact of innovative channels on corporate sustainability. The objective 1H, the influence of cost structure on corporate sustainability. And the last objective is 1I, examine the relationship between the revenue stream and corporate sustainability. Regarding the literature review, which are addressed in this study, have been analyzed, compared, contrasted, and integrated by previous research. For instance, Clinton and Westnut, 2019, they said that business model is a structure that shows up the company operation procedure. The next research by Oyasalo and Oyasalo 2018, the business model crossed the boundary towards 4 main elements such as value proposition, key processes, key resources, and profit formula. Regarding the Chesbrough, 2007, he defined the concept of business model innovation as a business transformation procedure where he passed from the basic concept of doing business to an advanced concept. So regarding the Osterwalder and Pignot 2010, they presented this concept in a conceptual figure of 9 elements, which are the elements of business model canvas, including key partners, key activities, key resources, value proposition, customer relationships, channels, customer segments, cost structure, and a revenue stream. So Evans et al. 2017, improving business stability means applying changes to either the organizational structure or the current business model, incorporating innovation and adapting business activities to new demands to achieve competitive advantages in the market. So then another research by Osterwalder and Pignot 2008-10, they indicated the meaning of corporate sustainability is described as a business process that aims to meet the needs of stakeholders such as shareholders, employees, clients, etc., but at the same time conserving the firm's resources in order to serve future stakeholders in the same way. We have seen here that this is a new concept and is not too much studied regarding this, and there are need for further research to address the gaps of the previous researches. Regarding the methodology, what we have analyzed and we have compared regarding the methodology that the previous research have used in order to achieve their research objectives, to answer the research questions, or to test the hypothesis. They indicated the different techniques that they have used in order to address and to test the previously mentioned, such as hypothesis, to achieve objectives, and to answer the research questions. For instance, in 2015, Jollings and Niston in their study used semi-structured interviews with 23 entrepreneurs in the Netherlands, which means that they have used the qualitative approach of methodology. In 2017, Jill Hood used multiple case studies of startups in Indonesia with semi-structured interviews This study has used the qualitative approach of methodology. In 2018, another study by Peterson et al. Interviewed 492 managers in Swedish fashion companies. The data was analyzed through structural equation modeling and PLS, which they have used the quantitative approach of methodology. Another study, here we see the study by Richard Tillich and Upadhyay, analyzed 700 large-scale manufacturing and services organizations in 2020 operating in Sri Lanka by using SEM, correlation, and regression. Another study that we have analyzed, the majority of studies have used the quantitative approach of methodology. So they have used the SEM, correlation, and regression mainly in their studies. Regarding the sustainability by Gisdorfer et al. 2017, they said that it exhibits incorporation of economic performance, social inclusion, and environmental resilience for the advantage of current and future organizations. It includes 3 elements, which are economic. This pillar is based on companies' ability to develop a responsible economic system. The other pillar is social. The social pillar of a company's sustainable development is about upholding values that promote fairness and respect for individual rights. Then the last pillar of sustainability is environmental, which means the environmental pillar is founded on a commitment to protect the environment by reducing risk and measuring the environmental impacts of companies' activities. So regarding the conclusion, we have addressed the business model innovation and corporate sustainability. The study is focused on the role of business model innovation and corporate sustainability, and the majority of studies confirm this relationship. The majority of studies confirm this. They have addressed the similar studies like this one, and they said the business model innovation have a positive impact on corporate sustainability. For instance, the 9 elements that we have previously mentioned of the business model canvas. The methodology that we have addressed and that we have compared from the different researches. The different researches, the majority of them analyzed the methodology, the studies they have used have been mainly the quantitative approach of methodology using SEM, correlation, and regression. And this research is investigated an in-depth literature review whereby many studies are analyzed. Many studies are analyzed in order to provide a solid contribution. Regarding the sustainability, sustainable development is a new concept, and there are not many studies conducted in this research in this regard. And then the previously mentioned gaps, we have addressed them and we have summarized them, and we are aimed to fulfill these gaps. Thank you for your attention. Limitations and areas for further research is the last one that we have addressed, and based on the limitation of the studies, it is concluded that this study has analyzed in depth the literature review, many papers of different authors, mainly conducted in recent years, and it is focused on the secondary data. Further research are needed in order to conduct this research using econometric models, analyzing the relationship between BMI or business model innovation and corporate sustainability in different developed and developing countries in order to witness the relationship between these variables, which are the future of the world.